Go bold at boldip.com.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Bold Inventor Show. You're here live with patent attorney J.D. Houvner and trademark attorney Matt Kulseth.
Hi, howdy, hello.
Hi, howdy, hello. Thanks again for your time, Matt. As always, we're here, we're sharing, we're giving, we're chatting, we're talking, we're giving legal information.
Between the two of us, we're just giving away all this, $500,000 worth of education.
Oh, at least. I mean, and all
it doesn't include undergraduate. That's his law school. So,
dude, you bet. We're totally here, free of charge. And so you're welcome if you're coming in live. We're going to welcome you to join in throughout the segment. We will be going up to an hour if we have, upon request. If we have enough information and stuff to talk about. Our audience, you guys out there, listeners, we know it's made up of attorneys. You guys are watching. We also have inventors, business owners, entrepreneurs, or those that may be on the cusp of something big, and they want to know if intellectual property, patents, trademarks is the right way to go, how to approach it, and the strategies therein. So welcome all. I do want to do a quick disclaimer. I'll flash it up here that, as mentioned before, this is not legal advice. We're just talking about legal information, updates on the law, and we'll be talking about the Patent Restore Act and the Prevail Act. This came in on a really good question.
Cool.
From our core audience. I'll touch on that briefly. I mean, as cool as a patent bill can be, right? I mean, I appreciate saying that.
They're not trademark patent law, and the laws behind it. It's probably not the sexiest thing in the world.
No, but we are looking good. I made a mention that before. You're looking quite good, my friend.
Yes, thank you. It's I don't know, like French Mediterranean is kind of what we're going for, or maybe bowling, one of the two,
Okay. Well, you just got back from a trip, yeah? Or you're going
we were up in the Boundary Waters canoeing a couple weeks ago, and then I'm going out to Montana to go chase some elk with a bow next week. And then Maggie and my wife and I are going to go to Italy for a couple weeks.
So
that's really why I got the new shirt and a bunch of
what's going on. Oh, I'm excited for you. For all of that. Those are two very different things. All kinds
so we're celebrating our 15-year anniversary, so we're going to Europe.
That is wonderful. Well, congrats. You guys are 1 year ahead of us. Might now celebrate next July.
Nice.
So cool. Again, marital advice. Continue to get the opportunity presents itself to also engage in that. Here in this program.
Can I give a piece of marital advice?
Unsolicited, absolutely.
Unsolicited marital advice. You only need to speak when you have something that is both kind, honest, and necessary. Kind, honest, necessary.
I'm getting a pen down.
Yeah.
I'm going to put it here.
We try to teach our kids that too, because sometimes, they might say something that's, necessary and honest, but it's not kind, right? So maybe it's kind and honest, but is it really necessary? Probably not.
Mind blown. I'm picturing the Venn diagram of these things. That I'm going to be trying this up.
You could walk around all day without opening your mouth, I guess.
I am. There are times though, even my daughter's caught under the moments where I am obviously being silent. And they know then, Matt.
They know.
I need to wear a bag over my head and not talk sometimes.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, the body language. Okay, well, excellent. Let's jump in. We have a few questions here that came over the week. It was the holiday week, so a little slow. I think we have three that our lovely virtual assistant Amira was able to get going.
Great.
And one from Avo, a big one from Cora. Let me just jump in on this one here. This question came in 2 weeks ago, and I skipped it because I have no idea what the Patent Restore Act was until I dug in. So I'll throw the question up. Whoever asked this question is quite studious. They're obviously looking and seeing what's on the radar, what's coming up. So do I believe that the Restore, and that's a giant, congressional acronym, Patent Rights Act and the Prevail Act will rebalance the scales of patent infringement?
I don't know. Yeah. Newsflash: Matt, the trademark attorney, does not know.
Well, and I'll of course give lots of disclaimers. Here at Bold, we have, I would say, a specialty within patents, and like a lot of things, as soon as you kind of get into niches, there's even more, right?
Yeah.
And so we focus obviously patent law. We actually don't do litigation at the moment, right? We do what's called pre-litigation infringement analysis. When it comes to actually filing cases in federal court, we use our partners because they're in court. They're used to those proceedings, litigating and settling. So
it's incredible for those, for those listening at home. It is very rare to be either a patent or trademark practitioner and be both on the registration, transactional side and the litigation side, especially if you're doing federal court litigation.
Yep.
At our firm, occasionally we'd send cease and desist letters and do TTAB litigation, but which is Trademark Trial and Appeal Board litigation. But we leave the litigation to the litigators.
Yep, absolutely.
It's too much to balance both of those.
Yeah. That said, it is important that us patent prosecutors are still aware of the law.
Yep.
Because it's true. Even though, let's say, a patent gets granted a year ago, patent laws change. Federal Circuit, Supreme Court cases get handed down that do eventually change the law in terms of the scope of rights that you have. The most recent one, of course, was the change to abstract idea and the concept of whether a software or computer implemented invention is eligible. A lot of those did, in the years following that Supreme Court case of Alice versus US Bank, were struck down as invalid. It's a giant, easy example, and it can happen. Now, in this case, this is sort of on the front end of the law creation. This sort of came from a case, eBay versus Microsoft, and that case was talking about a rebuttable presumption of here we go, some legalese coming in. Rebuttable presumption.
Rebuttable presumption. So who's got the onus here? Yeah. All right, here we go.
I'm gonna try to get this right. Rebuttable presumption of what's the wording? It's a injunction. Okay, of a permanent injunction. When a court, right, when a judge says final ruling, there is infringement. Should there be a rebuttable presumption of a permanent injunction? So let's unpack that. That's the question.
I vote yes.
Well, I think so. That case I talked about, eBay back in 2006, put a question mark on that because it said, you know what? No, we're not going to use this old four-prong test. We're not always going to assume that. And so the problem there is that even though as a plaintiff, right, let's say the little guy wins, right, gets the win against the big guy, that you infringe my patent. No longer can they expect to have their infringer stop. For goodness sake. So what this act would do is it would restore, and is a plaintiff, is a patent owner friendly bill. So of course I'm going to be in favor of that, at least the way I read through it. But what it will do is it'll give that via the law, right? So it'll take it out of the hands of the judge and say, look, the law actually says as soon as there is a definitive judgment on infringement, the infringer must stop, must cease, absolutely stop any, making, using, selling, or importing of that claimed subject matter.
Okay.
And now it's on the defense to come up with some wild, crazy, convincing argument otherwise. So that's really what it is. And I do think that we'll work toward rebalancing the scales toward, the patent owner. It's a long-winded way of saying that. Quick note on the Prevail Act. I did dig in a little bit. It is over my head, frankly, having to do with what's called IPR, inter partes review, post judgment at the Federal Circuit. What this is aiming at doing is basically cleaning it up. As it is now, defendants can face two separate attacks. Federal court and IPR. Honestly, and you went to law school, right? The whole concept of, the plaintiffs shouldn't get two bites at the apple, right? In general, you should try to, stare decisis? Nah, I'm not going to try to quote the Latin here, but you should all be handled in one case. So it's efficient, all things handled in once, and you have a final decision.
No double jeopardy.
There it is, double jeopardy. No ability to come back and just allege the same underlying cause of action.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what the Prevail Act does. There is sort of this gap or loophole, if you will, where they can get hit by the PTAB and federal court on basically the same subject matter.
Sure.
So I appreciate that question coming in. All right.
Very cool. Great answer.
Well, thank you.
I can tell you did your homework tonight.
I did. I was, reading off of, a couple sources there. The Federalist Society.
I love that. I think that was really, really useful.
Yeah. All right, friend.
I had an interesting client matter the other week that maybe we could talk about it on some future episode, but something you don't hear a whole lot more about these days, but UDRP, Uniform Domain Resolution Procedure, basically a way to claw back websites from trademark trolls or, defend them from overreaching companies, trademark holders.
Right.
Really interesting. So maybe we could talk about that on a future.
Yes, I love it. And with the cliffhanger, I'll take a note.
Yep.
So that is, that topic would be just some re-summarize. So that would be for someone who, is domain squatting, right? They just bought that, maybe they have been hanging on to it for years. And now all of a sudden there's an actual business or product that they want to start, they want to eliminate any confusion in the marketplace for that. And there's a mechanism, you said the UDRP?
UDRP. Yep. So it's through WIPO, World Intellectual Property Organization, basically has a tribunal or administrative panel of judges who basically look at all these cases and controversies and figure out whether or not they need to transfer the domain from the domain owner to the legitimate trademark holder, or whether or not the domain use is actually legitimate, in which case the domain does not transfer. It stays with the current owner. So, and we always represent the good guys. So whether you're a legitimate trademark owner or you're a legitimate domain owner, I want to be on that side of the equation, not the other side.
Very well. Yeah. We're hey, everyone deserves their day in court.
Cyber squatters, they deserve their attorneys as well, but just not
right. That's the beautiful thing. You as an attorney, you do get to pick your clients. And it's pretty good. Pretty good. So I would say approved to that on a future show. You bet. Let's do some research. Put that case study together. I think that'd be very worthwhile. Let's take it up to a little more simple, if you will. Not necessarily always complex, but simple. Question coming at you. This is coming out of Avo in the Chicago, Illinois area.
Oh, Chicagoland.
In Chicagoland. It seems familiar. We've been doing this for so many years. I feel like some of these questions are they come up again and again. How do I patent a name and patches for a motorcycle club, Matt?
I've done this.
Okay. Oh, you've done this yourself?
Yeah.
Okay, we did. We talked about this already?
No, but I mean, I've trademarked, even though it's the incorrect term for it. I've trademarked a couple motorcycle clubs over the years.
Oh my gosh. Let's have it. Bring it on.
So I mean, yes, you can. And there are a couple ways to go about it. You can either register your assuming your motorcycle club is not descriptive of the geographic location in which you guys ride and live. Yes, you can register your motorcycle club as a club, essentially at the USPTO. The USPTO has these 45 classes of goods and services. Everything we do falls into one of those classes. There's motorcycle. Well, let me pull up the trademark ID manual, and I'll actually get you some further information. But basically, there's kind of two ways you can go about registering motorcycle clubs. One would be to register an actual club affiliate services, application. So basically, it's a club, it's a social club, right? That you can belong to and promotes its club, right? That's one way to do it. What I've also found too is a lot of these motorcycle clubs, no matter how rough and rowdy they are, a lot of times they have a charitable side to them too, where they might have a memorial wall that they maintain, or that they raise money like the Shriners do for kids in hospitals, or the Shriner Hospital System.
Yep.
So a lot of times you can also register as a charitable organization, right? Okay. Raising funds for cancer awareness or, men's health, that sort of thing. So lots of ways to register these things.
On that note, so in terms of the trademark law or the process for applying for it, does it matter whether you are a for-profit or not?
No, it does not. Does not, because a for-profit company can still have a charitable mission or a charitable service that they provide.
Got it.
It can be a private, for-profit, company, organization. You can be a collective of individuals, or you could be a nonprofit. It doesn't really matter for the USPTO.
I've only been through the trademark stuff with your help for Bold, but and obviously we had to show evidence that we're in commerce. How does that work for those that aren't selling anything?
Yeah, so you don't need to sell anything to have a trademark registration. So I'm thinking back to the most recent motorcycle club that I worked on. They had a memorial wall, right? So basically, if you are part of the membership, right, part of your membership fees go to maintaining this memorial wall for riders who have died, right? Yep. Whether they're part of the club or outside of the club. And the way that they kind of also fund that is that, let's say, you got a brother who passed away as a motorcycle enthusiast, right? Maybe he died on a bike. And you'd like his memory kind of preserved somewhere. You might make $100 donation to this motorcycle club. In exchange, they create a plaque with a picture, and they post it and maintain it basically in a park.
Yeah,
and that's kind of how they do it. Cool. But there's lots of ways you could, prove that use. So when we worked with them, we submitted both pictures from the website, so like how you could donate to your charitable giving services, and we also submitted some pictures of the wall too.
That's great.
They were both branded, obviously, with the name of their club.
Perfect. Well, thank you for that answer, man. It was awesome with the personal.
Yep. But I'm still looking to do my first snowmobile club. So if you know anyone out there who's a member of a snow hog club, you let me know.
I will. I'll let you know. I was on one of those about 15 to 20 years ago out in middle of nowhere, Idaho. Had an amazing time. Super fun.
That's the place to do it, out west in the mountains.
Yeah. Super fun. So anybody out there listening, so we have a couple live viewers. If you have any questions, really anything goes, feel free to shoot it in the box. We'll get to you. You'll put you at the top of the list. And we have a couple more, I think, here. Let's see. One on patents here. A two-part question. I'll take this one here. So I had this idea. It sounds great. My friends and I want to patent it. Love it. We look online, but it's actually already patented, sort of. And here's the rest of the question. I'll just read it off. There's been multiple applications to patents in multiple countries, but they've all been abandoned except for in Japan, which in the status application is said to be pending since 1998. So it's been around for a long time, over 20 years. If this person has lost interest in the patent or just based on their LinkedIn career, this person's really been researching and just left it pending. Does that open it up to the market again to be patented? Great question. And I got a pretty straightforward answer here.
Is it a two-letter answer?
No, you cannot patent something that's been out there already, unfortunately. But what's great is you can go to market with it. So you've done a heck of a job researching. It sounds like this is an important idea. I would caution you, being a patent attorney, if you think there is any additional nuance, improvement upon, what this prior invention had. Anything there might be some additional novelty, something that makes this thing different above and beyond than what this other, patent that's been published in Japan for over 20 years has done. Have a talk with a patent attorney. Give us a call here at Bold. We'd be happy to chat with you. But if it's exactly on or very, very close to what's already been out there, as you've found, not a good chance of getting a patent. So I wouldn't even pursue that. What you can be sure of is that no one else has a patent on it because it's been published already. It's an automatic defense to anyone who may allege infringement. So, quick answer. Thank you for that question. It's good. One of the quick note I will say is that if you're inventing with your friends, and I wanted to mention that too, your friends and I want to patent it. Well, what's important to understand is there's a difference between inventorship and ownership. We could go on for a bit here, but I want to make that point that if you are the sole inventor, only you should be named as the inventor. And if your friends want to basically go into business with you, right, around the technology, around the invention, well, I recommend them forming a business LLC or a C Corp and having your interests documented in a formation agreement contract that's binding around the ownership. And you can assign the patent that you own as the inventor to the company. That's going to be the most sophisticated way to handle that.
Yep.
Make sure all parties are taken care of.
Yep. Agreed. That sounds great.
All right, Matt.
You're really good at this patent stuff. You should own your own law firm.
Let's do it. Let's be bold. Okay. There's this really cool website that I found. I've been using this, Matt. This is inside baseball stuff. It's called answerthepublic.com.
Cool.
And it's got tons of questions. Basically, it's being put on by a really famous marketer, Neil Patel, NP Digital.
Oh yeah, I know that name.
Neil Patel. Right. So I'm going to flash this on the screen. You know what? Why not? We don't seem to have a whole lot of emotion on our chat channel at the moment. So answer the public. This is basically just put in patents here, and they get all of these questions. The most common questions that are asked: can patents be renewed? Can they expire, extended? Can they last?
You must use it. Do you use this for your SEO marketing? Do you just go in here?
I just found this a few months ago.
This is great. This is awesome.
Incredible. So what I want to do is have a little fun, spin the wheel. I'm going to do this. You're going to. I didn't warn you, Matt. We're live.
Wait, does it actually spin the wheel?
No, I wish it did.
Oh.
I won't look and.
Let's do it. Yeah, okay. Let's see how caffeinated Matt is today. This will be great. This will be great. This is really cool. I appreciate this. I mean, this is worth the price of admission just to see, where you can get maybe some insight into what questions people are interested in answering about, trademarks, patents, whatever. That's
so
great.
We're going to do two brand new things at once. I'm going to pick one at random, and then we're looking. Yeah, it's totally random. I'm not looking, and then we're going to do Matt versus ChatGPT. Oh yeah, wait. Yeah, say stop.
Stop. Why? What do we got here?
Why trademark is important?
Oh, it's not. It's not. It's not important.
Oh no, that's not true. Website. Okay.
No.
Let's go.
You want to answer that question? Why it's important? Okay.
Yes.
I would put it to the listeners at home or in the office that your trademark registration is potentially your second most important legal document that you're going to have for your business, besides your operating agreement, either for your LLC or your articles of incorporation for your corporation. They're very important to protect your brand from consumer confusion and allow you as the trademark owner to police your trademark out in the wild, enforce the mark against third parties who are misbehaving, and ultimately protect your brand for a wide swath of products and services. They become very important as you grow the business, and you potentially want to franchise or license the name to a third party. And then ultimately, when you sell the business, the value of a trademark registration can be huge. Your trademark registration basically is the goodwill that you've accumulated in that brand over time. So for you, JD, it's Bold Patents is the brand. And if you looked on your if you had someone come in and do an evaluation of what your business is worth, and I know it's worth a ton of money, yes, but they would basically have a line item. You're looking around like, what? They basically have a line item that would be the goodwill of the company, right? And what that's actually worth on the open market. Yep. Hard to put a number on it, but it goes into that equation that we think about when we value a business. Maybe net revenue times 2 times 3, or profits times X factor.
Totally.
But yeah, I mean, your business is worth what it's worth because of the branding. In large part, you take away the assets and the liabilities of the company, you're left with something that's still worth a lot of money. And that thing is the brand. It's the goodwill that you've engendered over the years working with clients.
That is money. I'm glad we did that. I like the wheel.
I love the wheel. I love the wheel. I think you should commission your kids to build you like a wheel in the background, and you can just spin the wheel.
Yes, love it.
Okay. One of them could be a whammy. We don't want whammies. Big bucks, no whammies, right?
Right. And yeah, so you're gonna call the stop on the patent side. Let me get the wheel pulled out. I don't want to. Neil wants my money. I might be running out of free searches here.
Okay.
Oh no, patents. Let's see. Oh, you guys
create your free account.
Oh no, see. Yeah.
Oh, no. I was gonna say And maybe it says the thing stop when you spin the wheel. We'll say injunction. Injunction.
Are we done? I think we're done.
Oh.
All right. Well, that's how you do marketing.
2 weeks from now. 2 or 3 weeks from now.
We'll update. I may invest in that. It's pretty fun.
It is cool. It's really neat.
Totally. All right, guys, we're gonna jump to our bold bite. I think. Yeah, we got a half hour. And I got this one queued up. Yeah. Let's do it. Cue the music. Technical.
I think that's I Dream of Genie. Is that what it is? Or is that Gilligan's Island? I forget. I'm dating myself here, man. I'm almost 40. Are you 40 yet, JD?
Not till March.
Not till March. All right, man. We're just young bucks in our 30s at this point.
Oh yeah. No. Nowhere near middle age. I mean, do you have any grays? I got grays going on.
Oh yeah, in my beard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I did the wrong. Oh no, I'm good. Are you still able to hear me? Okay, excellent. Yep. Check. We're gonna present this one. I'm gonna turn off my air conditioning. It's gonna get warm. Oh my goodness, here we go. Yes. Okay, we're talking about manscaping here.
Hey, we have a manscaping client. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, are you talking about Mr. Esnard?
Esnard? Yeah.
Esnard. Yep, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's jump to that. You able to see that? Oh, please. There we go.
First into the tank is a product line for today's refined modern man.
Hi, my name is Steve King, and this is my son, Josh King, and we're from San Diego, California. Our company is Manscaped, and we're here today looking for $500,000 for 7%.
7%?
Wow. Sharks, it's time to talk about it. Forget about the beard oils and the hair creams. When it comes to male grooming, there's more to a man than meets the eye. For what goes on below the neck and the waist can be ignored no longer. At Manscaped, we're dedicated to beautifying and refining what truly makes a man a man. We have crafted the only kit you would ever need to practice proper lawn care. When it comes to regions left neglected for far too long, we give you the Lawnmower 2.0. A trimmer powerful enough to cut through any unruly shrubbery with abandon. As you can see, when you trim the hedges, the tree stands taller. The market found it was idle. He's a very successful businessman. Awesome. I wouldn't be where I am without him.
Oh, okay.
Guys, great.
Let's focus on the task at hand. $7.1 million valuation. That's a lot of hair down there.
So 2017, we finished off the year and did 1.5 million.
Good for you.
We launched in January 2017. It took us about 4 months to work out how to message our target market. And so we actually almost walked away and closed the business. We just couldn't get it going. Then we discovered we should try humor. Humor would appeal and be how to resonate with our audience. So we had 3,000 sets, these kits, and we went back to market in April, and we sold out in 13 days.
And so what was the message? Where did you do this marketing?
What was the humor?
We plucked all the stories that I sat around that table with my friends and turned them into live videos. And we're at 48 million video views.
I'm going to assume because your margins aren't big enough on this to pay for your customer acquisition costs.
We've been reinvesting every penny.
The question with this, let's get down to the business model, because there's nothing proprietary about putting razor blades and perfumes into a bag and selling it online. The whole business now is what's your customer acquisition cost versus the margin of the bag. What does it cost you to acquire a customer, a new customer?
So right now, customer acquisition cost is $16.
What's the margin on the bag?
Right now, about $7 per kit.
That sucks.
We'll make you more and save you more to more than balance it all out.
I'm going to find out if millions of women want manscaping.
Most of us thought when you stepped out here with this presentation, the chance of you walking out of the Shark Tank with $500,000 was zero. You have a real offer. What are you going to do?
Guys, we will take that deal.
Hey, they got a deal.
Oh, that was so much fun, man. I'm aware of that brand.
You are okay.
I'm not a card carrying member of Manscaped, but I have seen their stuff, and it's interesting. I mean, yeah, that's very cool. And Charles Barkley being on the show, come on.
Yeah,
come on.
I'm glad I found that one. I mean, it obviously I had to skip around to make sure we're not over our time on our sharing of that copyright broadcast. And we're going to do a critique here, which is what allows it to be fair use. And it's important, obviously those father-son duo had very good pitch, I would say. And really, funny, brought in some humor. The English accents, it's hard to beat. Really nice, crisp.
Yeah, when they were like they're from California, I was like,
yeah.
Did California just like fall off the continent?
Yeah.
And like swim down south? Yeah. But no, apparently not.
I did, let's see. I mean, lots of things to talk about. I did want to, obviously, I focused in on Mr. Wonderful. He's always bringing things back to business. He did point out, and I have to agree, that he didn't say there's nothing proprietary, about the products. So it does come down to a marketing play. And like he said, margins. They have a really hard time getting their margins, which I think is only $7. Okay.
That is super not unheard of. I mean, I know that business brings in millions and millions of dollars per year, but customer acquisition, marketing, I'm sure they're selling most of their stuff through Amazon, unless they're doing some sort of like a,
club kind of thing or subscription.
Yeah, where they're doing like a monthly subscription or like a quarterly subscription or something like that. But yeah, Amazon will eat you up and take your profits from you.
Right. Yeah, I think it was interesting. I would love to share more on that episode. Lori comes in with sort of this brand new perspective. Obviously, has a huge, QVC, online shopping, and then the women, right? This concept of actually marketing it to, girlfriends, wives, whatever, significant others that may need that. Want to recommend it for their husband. Boyfriend.
Yeah. Hey, I got a question for you, JD. Do you ever look for your face razor and can't find it, only to discover that your significant other has taken it and used it herself?
No, because I use the really cheap.
See, that's what I got.
Costco disposables, dude.
I got so many nice ones that like my significant other will take and use and leave in hotel rooms, and
Good for you. That's why you're so clean shaven. Maybe I need to step it up in my razor game. But I do know my electric razor, which I never use because I get hung up on.
I can't use it either. It just chews me up.
And so she is the user of that. But of course, it sits on my side.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Yeah, I've just hung in with the very cheapest of the cheap, and I love it. Consistent. Just the 2-blade, or even like a single blade.
Nice. You just scraping hair off your face.
Oh, yeah. A little skin with it.
Yeah, that's all right.
So trademark side, obviously, patents. Let's talk trademarks.
They have a ton of trademark registrations at the USPTO. It is obscene. Lots and lots and lots of trademark applications.
To me, 5 would be a lot. More than 5?
Yeah. Let me actually. So I can pull up and give you a definitive answer how many trademark applications they have. Or registration.
Hyperlink or something. I could pull up the hyperlink and show off what you're looking at.
Yeah. Can I share my screen?
This would be a first. If you can do you see the present button?
I do. I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to share. Let's see here. I'm going to make sure there's nothing proprietary up here that's going to get me in trouble.
Or personal.
Yep, or personal, and we're good to go. All right. Let me know when you can see my screen.
Oh, here we go. I'm going to add to the stage. Here we go. There it is. Yep.
All right. Let's go ahead and run a quick search. So this is one of the programs that we use at the firm. It's called TMTKO. It's our fancy, expensive search report generating system, right? That looks at the USPTO, helps us look at common law, unregistered use, that sort of thing. Now, there's probably lots of different Manscaped LLCs out there across the United States, but it's entirely possible that a lot of these are owned by the same company.
Wow.
I have to narrow down on this a lot, but to back up, let's see if I can find There are a lot of Manscaped applications and registrations at the USPTO. I would imagine many of these are owned by our company, Manscaped LLC. In order for me to search this, I probably have to look up Manscaped and then look up their address, right? Or at least their attorney of record for most of these to discover how many they have. But you can see they have a lot of Manscaped registrations and applications.
So why would you, I mean, just scroll back up for a second. So just that simple typed, why would someone have multiple registered marks for the same word?
Really, really good question, right? It's because they're going to be in multiple classes at the USPTO. So we talked about those 45 classes of goods and services.
Yep.
And I can already tell that they have a good trademark attorney because right off the bat, I see a class 35 application, which is going to be for an online marketplace or online retail store services. That's one that gets missed more often than it should. Now, why they have multiple different applications in the same class, maybe their business has changed over the years and they want to expand kind of that scope of services that they're doing. Maybe they're doing club services, right? Where they're offering like monthly or quarterly, pricing and services. That's why they do it. But you can see, they're electric hair trimmers, right? Now they're in body sprays. Looks like they expanded into nail clippers and things like that, apparel. And then one other thing over here is we see is that they have hair salon services. So what's cool about the USPTO is that if you are a super internet sleuth and you want to know kind of what's coming down the road from one of your favorite companies, you can go search that company's LLC name or corporation name at the USPTO, and you might happen upon a more recent trademark application. So for example, this application right here, if we kind of scroll down, it looks like it was filed on June 29th, 2022.
Yep.
And it's going to be for hair salon services. So Manscaped has ambitions, at least on paper, to open its own salons.
Look at that. Look at that. Cool.
Something that you could be interested in, looking at. And this is something too that we don't talk about this probably nearly enough. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen here. But if you're entering the competitive marketplace where you think that, you might have a foothold on something unique that you're going to be offering your clients, it might behoove you to talk to a trademark attorney to see kind of what's coming down the pike, as it were, from competitors.
Yeah, that's neat. I think it's neat to see that in terms of the business development. I just went on their website. Honestly, it looks like they're dominating. They have a huge, now that, like you said, lots of different products, and they've expanded. You kind of chart and see as a company grows.
Yep.
Particularly, you can see that, gosh, they probably would never foresee being in a salon, right?
Right. But, at some point, right, you keep expanding your products and then you're like, where do we go from here, right? And then somebody knocks on your door and says, I'd like to open up a Manscaped, salon, and someone goes, that's a great idea. Let's do it.
Yep.
So
very cool.
Super cool. It's a great name from a branding perspective, in my opinion. I've been doing this now for 14 years, filed something like 1,600 trademarks. Manscaped is like a great brand if you're going for like that humorous kind of catchy branding, which obviously has worked for them. Obviously, like it plays on landscape, right? But it uses this the similar sounding word man. There's some overlap in terms of their sound from lawn, man, and then makes a new word, Manscaped. And so it's easily suggestive in terms of like looking at that. If you told me like you got a product called Manscaped, I know exactly what that is. I don't even have to look at the website, right? You don't have to tell me. I can just instantly kind of know what that's going to be.
It is smart. They've got some really funny stuff. And in that clip, they're not joking. They do have a registered mark for lawnmower, right? So lawnmower is registered for the clipper that's made for, trimming down there, right?
Yeah.
Obviously not mowing a grass lawn. So it's really kind of tongue-in-cheek, funny thing, but unique. No one
I saw there's a couple other names out there that are not very PC, but pretty funny.
Pretty funny. Exactly. Yeah.
This is a family show, so we're not going to go there. But
no, you can use your imagination.
Yes, you can.
There as well.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, we covered a lot today. Last chance for those online that are watching. I see a couple out there. Fire away any questions or give us a shout out. And again, if it's your first time checking this out, subscribe to our channel. That we get all the latest videos we're pumping out. as well as our notification for being live next week at 1:30 Pacific time. Matt, any final words, questions?
No, I wish you the best of luck in the next couple of weeks here. For the listeners at home or in the office, I'll be out of town here chasing elk out west for the next couple of weeks in Montana. So JD will have to hold down the fort himself, which he does more often than he probably would like.
I usually, I do plan to be here. I'll hold the post for sure while you're out, Matt. Appreciate it very much.
Cool.
Again, all those out there, wishing you a great day. Matt, happy travels to you. We'll see you when you get back from your journey. Go big, go bold.
Go big, go bold at boldip.com.